I look a little crazy because I'm getting ready to head out. But I was sitting here thinking as I was about to eat my lunch that people are funny. They are really funny. They do the things that they do, they say the things that they say, they treat you the way they treat you, and then they expect you to go along with it. They expect you to accept the behavior. They expect you to ignore the things that you are doing to them. And I can't understand when you say you love and you care about somebody that you would intentionally do the things that you do and then you justify your wrongs and try to make them right. Life is so short. It is so short. And people need to stop and think about how short life really is. The funny thing about this is where people don't understand. The worst scenarios happen with people that's closest to you, right? Because again, strangers don't have the power or the position or the place to get into your inner circle, to know your business, um, to know what your life dynamics are like, right? So it has to be people that's close to you, like your friends, people you date, people you're married to, and most of all, the ones who hurt you the most is your bloodline. You would think that they would have a little more compassion. You think they would have a little more empathy for you, but they don't. You would think that when it's time to tell somebody you wrong for what you said, what you did, how you handled the situation, but you don't. We can always look at the faults in others. We can always see the wrongs in others, but we can never ever turn that mirror on ourselves, which is the part that we miss the most, right? None of us never get it right. None of us never say it right, and none of us never do it right. But we always want to be right, right? We can look at how we hurt other feelings, and we can look how we say things to others that cause them hurt and harm, and we can look how we cause actions and reactions out of others, but we never look at how we inflict that same thing to the person that you're telling them that they're wrong, right? We have intentional selective amnesia in our lives. So then the saying goes, you have to meet people where they at, right? You can't continue to consume what people say, how they feel about you, and what they think about you, because you'll be on an emotional roller coaster ride for the rest of your life. You take ownership to things that you need to take ownership. You address the things that you need to address, and the rest of you throwing in file 13. And you may ask me, Renee, what is file 13? It is the trash, right? And sometimes in your efforts, you have to disconnect. You have to deprogram to reprogram yourself because you've been programmed for mess. You programmed for gossip. You programmed for lies. You programmed for manipulation, deceit, and using all kind of negative things we are programmed for. So we have to deprogram ourselves, to reprogram ourselves to positive things, right? And then we have to take accountability for our part. In any scenario, any situation, we all have to take accountability. But we also have to know the snakes that resides in our grass. We got to know the people that's sitting at our table, right? These are things we need to pay attention to. So it's time for reflection. It's time for reflection. It's time for us to change. It's time for us to see some things for ourselves. When people come to you about situations and they never take ownership to their part, they never acknowledge the hurt and the harm that they cause to others, that's something to take a look at. It's something to really, really take a look at it. And those messages are the messages that we miss. And all the time, it's not your fault. And all the time, it's not something that you did or you see it. See, jealousy is real. People want to hold you back is real. People don't want to see you move forward is real. People don't want to see the favor of God on your life is real, even though they can't stop God's favor on your life. They can't stop what God has for you, but it's real. They do their due diligence to try to stop it. But let me tell you something. No matter what it is, where you at and what you do, you keep walking the road that you need to keep walking. And don't you ever let nobody change the path that God has set your feet on. Period.